They give you unwanted advice. They drop by unannounced. They use guilt and manipulation to get what they want. I'm talking about your know-it-all in-laws. They're a sneaky class of relatives who have the power to destroy your relationship if you let them. Now, Amanda says that she hates her meddling, controlling, know-it-all mother-in-law. She says that her mother-in-law is out to totally destroy their relationship, and she says that it's beginning to work.
My mother-in-law is a psychotic woman and a control freak.
My daughter-in-law, she's totally unpredictable, especially when she's drunk.
Yeah, I was drunk last night because I can't handle you. My mother-in-law drives me absolutely crazy.
She really has emotional problems.
She's a miserable human being. She's a bitch. I just don't respect her.
She does not have much education.
They do talk French when I'm around.
It's
Very difficult with the French speaking. It just feels like chaos.
She gets upset if I just say one sentence. She blows up for everything.
Yeah, you are being ridiculous because I'm married to your son. I don't have to. When my mother-in-law walks through the door, I feel like I could explode. If something doesn't go her way, she starts freaking out. She's also thrown matches all over the floor, pretending that she's gonna start the house on fire. The night before we were married, she threw a prenup, faxed it over, and all of a sudden the rules just started coming in.
My mother can be very pushy.
Oh, and here are the cigarettes she smokes.
It's none of her business what I do. I'm an adult, I can smoke. If I wanted to sit and criticize everything she did, it'd be too long of a list. My mother-in-law has a key to the house and can come and go whenever. You come in here and you think that you can do whatever.
Have you ever asked me for the privilege to live in my house?
Well, no.
You know what? All right, this is gonna really
just
get nasty. One day I came home and my drawer was empty. My mother-in-law decided that she wanted to move my underwear and socks into another room. She calls all the time, 20 to 30 times a day.
My mother is borderline stalker-ish. My mother called us and she said she was gonna come down on Valentine's Day. She wanted to take me out to dinner without my wife.
I bought this house before Pierre knew his wife. They are draining my finances.
If my mother-in-law thinks that I'm mooching off of her, she definitely is crazy.
Amanda married my son because she assumed he had money, which has been a burden. My son jumps for every little wish she expresses. He's like a slave. He behaves like a slave.
Pierre's scared to stand up to his mom. She does basically control money and assets.
I'm okay with the price I have to pay for the luxuries that I have here, thanks to my mother. She bought me a Mercedes. My wife has a much bigger problem accepting the financial help that my mother gives. It would be difficult to choose if I had to choose between the two.
If he stays with Amanda, he's not going to inherit my money.
I'm contemplating on getting a divorce.
So I have decided to sell the house unless there is a major change that occurs after the input of DrPhil.
Do you want to be married to her?
I do.
I mean, seriously, do you
Yeah.
really, or is this just something that you just really should move home?
No, I love her and I don't want to move home. I really feel like I'm in the middle where if I choose my wife and I want to stay with my wife, then I'll have no more, it's not just the money, I'll have no more contact with my mother. And
Well, that will be your mother's choice.
Right, but I think that's what she'll choose,
Okay, well,
and so it's a difficult choice.
well,
I want to be with my wife.
You won't let go of the money. And
The
that's what
fact
it
that
boils
it's a
down to.
difficult choice suggests that I think you need to really revisit whether you want to be in this marriage or not. Are you interested in cutting your son off in terms of your relationship with him if he stays with her and works to help her get better with her problems?
Of course, I hope their relationship will work out, and as soon as they are independent, I will not be contacting them except occasionally.
Okay, if he's not going to support you being who you are, the sooner you find that out, the better. And then you go forward.
My husband doesn't want to cut off the ties with his mom.
Hey Mom, how are you? We have that bond that's pretty strong.
Deborah has coddled Mark. She's crippled him from being a man.
Rita feels like I'm very controlling, like he's literally attached to my bosom.
I don't want to have to pick sides.
Deborah is an active member in my relationship with my husband. It feels like a three-way marriage because they own the home that we live in, the vehicles, the insurance, his cell phone. My husband works for them.
So we're gonna sub it out.
Yeah, please.
Mark is afraid to do things by himself, buying a vehicle, getting a house, paying bills.
She's jealous of my sons and my relationship. It's never gonna change.
There's a lot of responsibility being my mother's rock.
I think that Mark's like a puppet on his mother's strings. If Mark broke the hold that his mother has on him, it would crush her.
Rita is biting the hand that feeds her. I've forked out thousands of dollars to just make their life easier.
I can't continue to live life like this anymore.
I want to shake him sometimes and say, be a man. Stand up to her. Mark has to cut the cord with his mother because if something doesn't change, it is going to be the end of our marriage.
Well, the tension between these two women, well, it's just reached a breaking point.
My wife and mother hate each other's guts and have a lot of resentment towards each other. My mother said, I hate your wife.
I know my mother-in-law hates me. She says it frequently.
Well, this is a portfolio of my son and Rita's wedding. I replace pictures and I took her out.
The whole family hates me.
My mother has said Rita is a downgrade.
Mark usually went for smart, witty, very attractive girls.
Anybody who knows Mark has heard about his modeling career.
I just always envisioned him with a supermodel.
Rita and I come from different sides of the tracks.
He flashed around money a lot.
Rita saw a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow with Mark.
She doesn't like that I came from a poor family.
Rita has learned how to be more of a lady, but her background, she slips back into that when she's angry.
This is where Deborah and I had our biggest confrontation. She said, "You're a horrible mother, I feel sorry for your kids." I started yelling things at her. She turned around, "I'll hit you right here and now." I said, "Please hit me, I would love to have a reason to hit you." We started to come at each other, and my husband pulled me back into the house as her husband was pulling her back.
I am afraid of her violence. I am afraid of Rita.
My mom would say things like, I would pay anything for you to leave that bitch.
She has made him appointments with divorce lawyers.
Mark hired a divorce attorney, but I did provide the money that he needed. I have said I hate my daughter-in-law.
You have to look at where the children in your family are, and at some point you've got to ask yourself, what do I need to do differently that would bring about a different outcome for all of these children?
I want peace.
It's not just about what you want, and I think that you need to be willing to make some changes. You have a son here that has made some bad choices in his life, true?
Absolutely, yes, we all do.
And he's now saying, I really want to make some right choices. And you need to give him room. You need to give him space. And you too can't give her that message and then invite her back in when it's convenient for you and not when it isn't. If you're going to put up some fence lines, then you need to put up the fence lines and respect those. And I tell you, I think it is an inherently bad deal for you to be working for your mother, living in a house owned by your mother, having your mother pay insurance and this and that and the other.
Patty makes me nervous. I am afraid that she would have me killed for revenge.
My mother has even threatened to get hitmen.
I never liked Carrie from the beginning because she's a very rude and offensive person.
I'm always watching what I say around her, watching what I do. I always have tried walking on eggshells.
Our fights weren't this bad 9 years ago. They're getting worse and worse.
She had said that she wanted me to drop off the face of the earth. She thinks that I have ruined her relationship with her son.
When Brian first brought Carrie home, he said, "Oh, she's not Miss Right, she's just Miss Right now." I guess she's Miss Forever now.
I read an email from Patty to Brian that said, "I was a mistake. I'm done with you. You are the rudest, most disrespectful I have ever met. This just makes me mad.
Is there any way you can just ignore it?
You can't ignore the stuff she says to me.
My mother has called my wife a fat-ass bitch. She's called her a piece of
She did say that she will not kiss my big fat square ass.
Some of the names my mother has called my wife, I wouldn't let anyone call my mother. This fighting has been going on for 9 years. My wife would call me crying, and my mother would call on the other line. I tried to referee, but eventually I just told them, you know what, settle it between yourselves.
I've called Carrie a piece of because she is a piece of I've called Carrie a because she is
I think you maybe are somewhat of, shall we say, a revisionist historian. You might revise history in a way that kind of fits your position at the time. You just said, I don't have problems with anybody in my family. I get along with everybody in my family. You take her out of it. This is your own son. You say she can't get along with anybody. You couldn't name one person in the family when asked that she got along with consistently across time.
The relationships have been up and down over the years. For all we don't have much family left, and what we have left is...
And what you said is, Mom, if it's Carrie, then why can't you get along with this one and that one and this one and that? I think you named 7 or 8 of them. I can go get the email, but you named 7 or 8 people that you just can't get along with, and then you say, I get along with everybody.
I have disagreements, every family does, but there's not any serious problems.
But see, I have disagreements. I've got 3 sisters, and we grew up and had disagreements, but I don't think I ever told one of them to get their ample ass out of my house. That's not what I call a disagreement. That's what I call character assassination.
It is.
That's what I call venomous attacking. And apparently this isn't the only person you do it with. Now, that doesn't mean that she isn't frustrating, that she isn't irritating, that she could just absolutely gall you. But that doesn't mean that you're going to fix that problem by attacking in that way. And by the way, you don't get a vote on how she parents. You don't get a vote on how she marries your son. You don't, how that works. You don't get a vote on that. You've got to turn that loose. How old are you now?
35.
He's 35 years old.
I accept that he's married to her and she's the mother of my grandchildren. That's not an issue. I accept that.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do, because you're taking her inventory all the time. You have to be the leader in your family, particularly in this situation. There needs to be a set of boundaries invoked here. There needs to be some rules and some guidelines. And the best way to do that is, like if people argue about almost anything, then I just have them get together for a short period of time and talk about the weather, if it's clear.
They would even argue about that.
You have a counselor, right?
Yeah, I just started, yeah.
Okay, and you're seeing this counselor?
Yes.
How many times have you been?
3.
Okay, and you're going to continue going?
Yes.
Okay, then maybe that counselor is the place to start working out how you can put some impulse control in,
Absolutely.
turn your email off.
Absolutely.
You want to stop writing things like that.
Absolutely.
Because once you write those things, they're out there forever.
Yeah.
I want you to think about what I've said here. Your job is to manage this relationship. Your job is to mother and protect your children and nurture your marriage. If she folds into that, that's great. If she doesn't, you know what your job is. You're going to have to figure a way to get along here, or you're going to be on the outside looking in. However unfair that may be, you're going to have to do that.